You guys, ShartimusPrime here, doing another DC Multiverse action figure review on not the regular version. Today we're going to look at the McFarlaneToys DC Multiverse Platinum Edition Two-Face Silver Age version, which is technically not the Silver Age version anymore, but this is the version of Two-Face that I grew up with more than anything. I mean, animated series Two-Face is what got me loving Two-Face. So this is close enough. You get the red burns instead of the blue burns. It works fine for me. Anyway, on the side it says Two-Face Silver Age right there, and then you have your actual Silver Age Two-Face right over there, which I wouldn't mind having as well. But if there's just one that I had to get, it's definitely this one right over here. Anyway, it says digital comic or digital edition with the QR code. And you get the window that creeps up to the top. Not much more at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. And if you're trying to get your DC Multiverse figures, you can do so at
big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here's Two-Face out of the packaging. I love this figure, but it is not a really cool release, man. It just doesn't come with accessories, aside from the cards, which we'll look at in a second. He doesn't have a gun. He doesn't have interchangeable hands, which the figure needs. He does have a trigger finger hand on the right side, and I will give him a gun, so you'll see that. But it's so freaking cool. It's the Two-Face figure that I wanted. Now, they did reuse the body mold over here from one of the Jokers, which I'll compare to later on. But first, let's get a closer look at these trading cards. You get a digital card right over here, and you also get the actual classic Silver Age version right there for the artwork, and then there's a read-up over here on the back. So if you want to read that, go ahead and pause it right now, and you get your DC Multiverse stand. But other than that, no accessories. So essentially, the figure comes with no accessories. So I'm thinking I'm wrong about this figure's body being based off of a Joker figure. I busted out hella Joker figures and my Question figure, and I still can't figure out which body mold it's based off of. But we're looking at the head sculpt over here, which is absolutely phenomenal. I really dig this a lot. This is the big selling point for me with this particular figure. As I mentioned, I grew up with the animated series, and I feel like this character's design was changed to kind of fit that a little bit. I also have this Arkham video game Two-Face figure, which I've loved for a very long time, and I've used on my shelf, and I even gave him some hair. I used some clay to make some hair, which I've removed now, so I'm going to sell this one now that I have this one right over here. But having this official version makes me so damn happy. I wish they did add more paint to the left side of his face. It really could have used more paint over there. I do like the bits of gray that we're seeing in the white hair and on the white throughout. And this side of the face looks pretty good too. I gotta say, you know, sculpt, a little bit of peach color over the plastic over there. So yeah, the sculpt, great. Wish it had a little bit more paint though. And then the rest of the suit, it's solid, man. It looks really good. You can see some subtle texturing right over here. Little touches of gray just smeared throughout. So it's not like a full-on dry brush or a wash, just little bits of staining of black paint throughout on the white section right there, which I like. It makes it pop a little bit. God damn, I really feel like this looks familiar. Damn it. And I thought maybe it was the Question, but no. So tell me if you know what body... Let me know which body mold you think this is from. You can see the wrist pegs right over there don't match the hands, so that's annoying. Same thing on this side right here. They went with the color of the suit. I love the coin. I wish we had an actual design on the coin, but, you know, and a hand to swap with, but the fact that he has a hand with the coin is good. Like I said, the worst part of this figure is the lack of accessories. I got this gun right over here from the weapons pack that I bought from McFarlaneToys quite a while ago, so that fits into his hand perfectly, so I'm glad that works out. Just looks so much more complete with the pistol in his hand. He has a little bit of a paunch right over there, too much spaghetti, I guess. Then there's looking at the back, and yeah, the legs look pretty good. Got a little bit of texturing right over here. It's very subtle, but I like it. A little bit of staining. Wish we had pinless joints again. And then the shoes look pretty dope as well, and he has peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So we know what the articulation is like with these McFarlaneToys figures, but I just wanted to roughly go through it real quick. I like how the neck looks right over there. Pivots. Butterfly joints do move back pretty well. They don't really move forward so much. You can get the arms moving up and above 90 degrees. Ooh, I feel weird doing a full 360. Okay, everything's okay. You get a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. The wrists are on that pin, and they swivel. And then the diaphragm, or I mean waist joint right there. pivots, crunches that much, moves back that much, then the legs move outward and kick forward just that much. No thigh swivel up there, which I wish we had. Double jointed knees, ankles rotate side to side, move down, barely move up at all. They move up just a tiny bit. Beautiful ankle pivot, and we get the loafer toe articulation. Now to measure out the height of this Two-Face figure, you can see that he is standing a little under 7.5 inches tall, closer to 7.25 inches. And to get into some comparisons, here we have Two-Face next to the DC Multiverse SDCC exclusive Nightfall Batman. Here's Two-Face next to a couple other suited characters. We have the Question right there. And then we have, is this the Criminal Joker figure? Which I thought this body mold was based off of, but it's clearly not. They have about the same kind of frame where they really widen at the hips over here and stick out a little bit at the belly. But damn, I still feel like I have this body mold somewhere on another figure. I just cannot figure out what it is. And these feet on the Two-Face are extremely small. Like seeing the shoes, down here, they're especially small. And there's no laces or anything on them. Kind of weird shoes. Then for a Two-Face comparison, this is my most recent Two-Face figure pickup. Besides this one right over here, we have the DC Multiverse Two-Face from Mattel. For your white and black suited Two-Face figure comparison, you can see the DC Direct Animated Series Two-Face, and then we have the Arkham DC Direct Two-Face right over there. I like the shoes on this Two-Face better, right? Talk about tiny feet. Woo! While I was editing this video, I realized that the body mold was probably based off of the movie Two-Face, and yep, there's our Batman Forever Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face using the same body mold, or this body mold was taken from this one right over here. Finally got to the bottom of that. But they both look very cool. Then here's the Platinum Edition DC Multiverse Two-Face next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Oh, there's no way I'm scared of you. Hey, you got no weapons. You got that coin right over there. And you can't do anything with that. I'm okay. Oh, my eye. Oh. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to hit that like button. And if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you feel like doing so, you could hit that join button. And it's nice talking about something that's not a Marvel Legends figure. Talked about a whole bunch of Marvel Legends all week. And I've been wanting to talk about this Two-Face. I'm so happy to have it, man. It's more of the novelty of having the character in action form, in action figure form, in scale with the rest of my Batman Rogues gallery. So for that, I'm very satisfied. But as far as acquiring a new action figure, it's pretty disappointing, man. It doesn't come with a weapon, and it doesn't come with anything else. Like, there's just no accessories, At least the gun would have been cool. It's a little bit paunchy. He's got tiny feet. He's tricky to stand. I have all kinds of complaints about this figure, but I'm still happy to have him because I'm a sucker for having this villain on the shelf with this particular design. And I'm really stoked to have been able to get my hands on this Platinum Edition for a reasonable price. It is quite expensive in the aftermarket. I think it's going for around $50. I got it for a reasonable price. I was able to buy it on Whatnot. I got a pretty decent deal. I think it was closer to $30. So I don't really necessarily want the regular version. I'm pretty satisfied with this one, and I'm happy to have this version. I really, really wanted this a lot. So at the price point of around $30, I'm going to give this Two-Face a Sun rating of...
It's not too bad.
And it may be worth it to you if it's even $50, Depends on how big of a fan you are of this character. But I want to know what you guys think regardless. So let me know either way. How much would you pay for this figure? I want to know. Let me know. And if you want to leave your comments about the figure in general, you can do that also. If you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and on Whatnot. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.